Well, they have some lovely parks around the city of Mumbai, and it looks like the men from Rajasthan have decided that they're going to identify those parks, take a little stroll, and win the game. That's exactly where they've been approaching this particular innings. Not too many runs to win, but nonetheless, they had to establish that platform in the first 10 overs, and they've more than done that with 80 for 2. Yes, Kolkata had their moments early on with that wicket of Butler getting hit on the head. But after that, despite Butler going and Yashasvi Jaiswal, who looked really good while he was there, he departed. It's been all one-way traffic. I'm in the company of Joy Bhattarcharjya on Cricbuzz Comm Box. Yeah, there were also a lot of one-way streets in that part of South Mumbai. So one-way traffic, stroll in the park, it's all going Rajasthan's way.
Absolutely. I think the basic issue is that once they scored fast in the first 6 overs, they can now afford to play the bowling around and just maneuver take the singles, hit the occasional 4 and 6 and do it. They're doing it very sensibly because once they were 40 for 2, and they must have been a bit worried because the Rajasthan middle order is not the most reliable, saying that, okay, we need a bit of stability here. These two have got 40 runs together and they've not set it on fire, but they've done enough to see that the run rate has never crossed 6, and that's important for them.
The other thing that possibly someone like a Kumar Sangakkara would have identified is who's been hitting the ball really well off late, who's familiar with the conditions. Shivam Dube. Home ground, likes the ground, played well the other night. Fine. Even though we've got David Miller, let's send him up at number 4, and it's worked.
Absolutely. And I think the other reason behind it, which also worked for them, is saying that if Shivam Dube gets out, there's Miller. Our batting order just looks a bit more comfortable. Let Dube go and do what he has to. And Dube has hit one big 6. He's not done much else otherwise. But he's done enough to give Sanju Samson company. And both of them have got those 43, 44 riskless runs. Once this total crosses 100, then it's a matter of time. You can see the target almost 32, 33 runs away. It's not that difficult at all. And I think that's what they're doing. And it's interesting to see. Kolkata is going after the mystery spinners, hoping that they'll give them the ins because they're the guys who are bowling. Pat Cummins still has 2 left. But, I mean, none of those bowlers have looked really penetrative because if you have a total of 133, you don't need to take risks against them.
Well, I wonder if we were to try and assess the bowling, if it's fair to even look at the bowlers in terms of a total like 133, because you've got to give bowlers some runs to play with. So in all fairness, if we have a look at this, Shivam Mavi really sort of produced that wicket in a sense. Varun Chakravarti got the better of Butler, but Butler looked fairly clueless against that sort of mystery spin. But can we really assess them as such?
Yeah, no, I think it's difficult to judge. I thought Varun Chakravarti bowled well. I thought Sunil Narayan bowled well within his conditions. But other than Varun Chakravarti, nobody looked as if he was consistently beating the bat. And I think that is the one thing that they'll be looking at. But I think the commentator's curse is on. We managed to get ourselves another wicket, it seems.
Yes, absolutely. Cricbuzz Comm Box curse has struck again. Shivam Dube, the one gone. Varun Chakravarti once again brought in. They're keeping the focus on Narayan and Chakravarti, trying to sort of stifle them and pull out a wicket from somewhere. So it may not change the match much, but at least they've got that breakthrough. They've got a new man in. David Miller may not be the best starter. And somewhat like Jos Butler, he may find it difficult against someone like Chakravarti.
Yeah, exactly. They have just a couple of overs left from their mystery spinners, as it were, and they'll have to take full advantage of it because they've got one more for Chakravarti after this, and then they've got one definitely left from Sunil Narayan as well. So that means that there is 2 more overs of spin. The interesting thing here, though, is they have not bowled their 5th bowler. At some point in time, if they don't start bowling Prasidh Krishna, they'll end up in a situation where they won't know what to do at one end. So they're playing this game, and I think they're playing the best way they can. But sometime in the next couple of overs, Prasidh Krishna has to come into bowl. Otherwise, they'll be in a lot of trouble in the end.
Yeah, pretty much like what happened to Kamlesh Nagarkoti the other night. Prasidh Krishna being held back. So it seems, as I said at the very start of Cricbuzz Comm Box, fairly one-way traffic. Other than the mystery spinners, Joy, just to conclude, what else can Kolkata possibly do? A magical catch, a run out, something to set the cat among the pigeons?
I think they'll need a little bit of magic. Maybe one more wicket, get in the captain, I mean, Sanju Samson's looking very composed out there. Get the captain, get somebody, get a couple of wickets, and this game is on. But I think they need more than one wicket now to really push it. And they have 2 overs from their mystery spinners. I think also they need to throw their best bowlers at it. Pat Cummins, perhaps, go in there and just blast in and see what you can get out of it. He's been hit in the first couple of overs, but look, this is not a match that's going to be decided on run rate.
Yep, that's pretty much what we said. Wickets have to be taken. Who can be the wicket takers for Kolkata? Because otherwise it's heading fast towards another 2 points for the men in pink. It's not David Miller. Rahul Tewatia has come out to join Sanju Samson. We'll wrap it all up at the end. This was Cricbuzz Comm Box.